Hey there, how's it going? You're about to listen to just a great episode, but unfortunately, I just got a new mic. This is the one. It sounds pretty silky smooth here, but unfortunately, didn't get it dialed in before the pod. Gonna need to adjust it for the next one. So I just want to drop this in and let you know that the audio on Jake's side you'll hear is a little bit muffled. There's a little bit of peaking. I tried to fix it in post, but only so much you can do. So Alex sounds pretty good. Mine is a bit muffled. It doesn't sound this silky smooth. So we've got it fixed for next time, but just wanted to give you the heads up in case you're wondering what's going on with the audio. Anyway, without further ado, here's the show!
Rip it. There we go. Oh, and we're back. Alex, look at you.
Yeah.
How are you? What's going on?
Doing well, brother. Doing well, Jaker. I got an Eagles hat on here. So I'm wearing this hat now, right? So for the listener, got a beanie on because it is chilly on the East Coast. Chilly.
Yeah.
It is cold. It snowed. It snowed here. I'm talking real snowfall.
I saw that. Were you shoveling? You're doing stuff. How much did you get? Was it just dumping or what?
Who are you, Jake? Who are you?
Yeah.
You've changed so much. You said it's like such a Californian. Oh yeah,
Yes.
I saw that. I saw that stuff.
I saw you were posting. I
you
don't
know
know what.
You've
What?
changed.
What?
You've changed, brother. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. Honestly, I feel like a California here. I was like, oh yes, it's snowing. I get so excited. You know, first winter back with a real snow, and we'll get into it. It'll be part of our little nice to hears, but I got some shoveling in. Got some shoveling in. Just a winter wonderland. You know, people got the houses decorated. We're in mid-December right now, so it is jolly, holly jolly right now. You know?
I love that. I do miss that. It's not the same in California when they've got, it's still sunny and the decorations just feel out of place. It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
It's very forced. But you're talking about the hat, and I'm just kind of looking at my hair. The saga continues for Jake's stuffy nose and sickness, and so I popped some day quail. I've been doing day quail. I've been doing night quail. I've been doing afternoon quail. All the quails. I've done all the quails, and I've hit them all, and I think I'm getting better. But I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I said that because I had to move my haircut with my barber, my guy Mickey.
You can't get Mickey sick. You can't get Mickey sick.
What
would Minnie think? Yeah, what would Minnie think? Yeah,
he was traveling back to Philly, and I'm not gonna make him miss his flight or anything back to Philly.
Is Mickey Italian? Is Mickey Italian? Is he very Italian?
He's got some oh shit! I've got his last name. I think so. Yeah,
you don't need to bring his last name into it.
No,
Jake.
I'm going to check for myself to confirm.
Okay,
I'll say dox him or whatever they say.
Exactly. Well, while you're looking it up, I'm just wondering. It's got to be tough to be a barber if you're Italian because you want to talk with your hands, right? You want to talk with your hands.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You talk about and you want to kind of, and we can say this, Jake. We're Italian ourselves, right? Our family come from the Montefusco is our last name.
There you go.
Cornetto. That's
Can I tell you something? Actually, it's funny you say that.
You can't. You can't tell me. You know what? I changed my mind. You can. You changed my mind. You can tell me. You can tell me.
You're going to kick out of this. We didn't even do this on the preamble. I'm blindsiding you with this, and you'll hopefully appreciate it. Remember when my grandmother Mum got us the fruit cake? She shipped it to us.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
the fruitcake fiasco. Yeah.
So she goes to fruitcake. Great, love it. And then for the holiday cards and for the wedding invites, I made a mistake, and I ended up putting on her address. I put Montefusco, her late husband, not her second husband, Hughes.
Our mom. Yeah, our mom's last name,
so,
but not her second husband. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she had changed her name. And so I felt so bad. Anyway, I don't know if this is intentional, but she sent me, it was like a card or something that had like, it was fruit cake related. It's sent to Luce and I, and it was like, to Jake and Alex Montefusco. So I don't know.
That's so petty.
I hope it was intentional, because if that was, that's so funny.
No, that was 100% intentional. That is so mama. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh, that old bird still got it.
Montefusco, which is just, that's great. Our mother's maiden name, and she's just
we've never gone by Montefusco ever.
And she's what is she, 94 now? She just had her birthday? 94?
92? No, 92, I think.
92. And she's still got it. She's still got it.
For our listeners, if you listen to the last one, that was whose plates I delivered. She was the one that sent me on the errand from Delaware up to Pennsylvania to deliver her plates. And what keeps her young is really making her family. Making her family. You went right for it. I was gonna delicately tiptoe around it.
She runs on hatred, Alex.
She sure does. Honestly, she's a wily old bird, though. She does stay pretty sharp with that hatred. It kind of is like, it makes you think like how Slytherin, right? How Slytherin and how they operate. They operate on hate, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Kind of the dark arts and that kind of thing. There's some value to it, because I think for so long in my life, I'm thinking, no, you can't do that. No. You gotta be
Well, that's a good segue, Alex. Speaking of hatred, what's your nice to hear this week?
Nice to hear is that's a great 180 for me. So like I said, it's snowing here, right? So it came down. It's almost a foot. It must have been maybe 6-7 inches, probably. 6-7. It came down pretty good. And I've been hanging out with Trevor too much. The younger generation, it's infected me. I'm sorry. So I was shoveling, and I told my dad's sick too, which you guys are like twins, really. You guys are the twins. You guys both get sick the same, and you both sound the same when you cough even. So I told him, hey, I'll shovel, no problem. And went over to the house and started shoveling in the driveway there. And this is the nice to hear is I look over, neighbor to the right, neighbor to the left is also shoveling. So it's nice to feel like you're shoveling with somebody. But here's the real nice to hear is this is neighborly manners here. I have a shovel, right? And I've probably been at it for like an hour or so. And, through the driveway, kind of in the back path area. And I'm getting to the sidewalk in the front of the driveway. The neighbor comes over. He's got a snowblower. He's doing it in half the time. Oh. He comes down the sidewalk. He goes, Alex. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Was he kind of? What was his mentality about it? Is he kind of a big guy yet? Did he kind of like?
This guy couldn't have been more jolly, sweet, and sincere. It was like he was checking in, like, "Hey, do you want me to do some snow blowing?" Because and then he reassured me. He goes, "It's going to be a lot faster when I do this."
There you go.
And then I realized, the value. Yeah, you get to know your neighbors, you get to know your stuff, and I realized the value of built-in community. You know what I mean? Like the community that you can build within yourself. So that's to me, that was sort of the nice to hear, because I learned later when I told Pops this. Pops does this every once in a while. If he has his snowblower, he would maybe do it for the neighbors. So our one neighbor did the whole sidewalk for the 3 houses, all 3 of, like, my other on the other side too.
Oh wow! Look at this guy.
He did the whole sidewalks. I just had to do the driveway and the back area.
What a power move! What a power move by that guy. Good for him. Good for him. I'm not gonna lie, Alex. I did see your nice to hear and really just piggybacked off of it, and I went in the neighborly direction as well.
Sure.
I had one and I couldn't think of it, but I'm in a similar spot. So for this weekend, I don't know if you had a little bang up of a weekend or not, but for me, ended up still getting over the sickness and my first time really venturing out. I just really got up on the day trail, loaded up, wasn't drinking or anything, and we went to a friend had a birthday. Had about 12 people went to an escape room in downtown LA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun. It was themed. So I guess they have like a bunch of these. And this is my first escape room. I've never done one. Have you done one? Have you ever?
I've never done one. I've never done an escape room. I've never escaped like that. Yeah.
Very fun. You're waiting there in the lobby, and they've got puzzles on the wall, and you gotta like we're going through, and then each puzzle is a number, and then once you get the code, or you get the numbers, you have the code to a little souvenir, a little pin that I won. So I will say Lisa helped a lot. Lisa was this is my weekly appreciation of my wife here, but she crushed it. She's a puzzler and man, really in her element. Really in her element. But you know what? Chris, our good friend, neighbor, it was his birthday, man of the hour. He kept doing this thing where everyone that came in, he's introducing us all, and he goes, and this is Jake and Lisa. They're going to solve the puzzle for us. These guys are great. And I'm
big shoes to fill, big shoes.
Yeah, this is like, you can't set us up this way, because now everyone kind of just, they cross their arms a bit and just go, oh, really? Oh no, okay. No, I thought I was going to do some more, kid, but no. Why don't you show me? So he really set us up.
Expectations. That's too high. Yeah, you can't set expectations like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And as someone from Philly, I really just have to cut myself down to I really thrive on low expectations. And then from there, I surpass and I really blossom. That's just kind of how up.
Do you think you're better than me?
There you go.
You're better than
De Niro, Alex. Yeah, I don't know if you're doing that on purpose, but it looks like De Niro. Yeah.
There's an old How I Met Your Mother, and they're taking the train back to Jersey. And it's like a Halloween episode. Anyway, they're all dressed up, and it's like they're heading back to Jersey. And every conversation devolves into, what do you do? Oh, you're an architect. Oh, you think you're better than me? It's just like every conversation. Every conversation is like, oh, what were you drinking? I had some martinis. Oh, martinis. Great. You think you're better than me?
Oh my God. Yeah. The escape room, it did help a little bit because there was some people that were just like, oh, I'll defer to you. I'll be asking you. So it did have people coming over to Lisa and I being like, what do you think? What's going on? And so he is very good in that way in like, getting people together and being able to kind of like get them to kind of come together, meet each other, and then kind of go from there. Very good networking in that way. But it was very fun.
That's great.
It was a Hong Kong gang theme. And so it was like something dragon, like the Dark Dragon or something like that. Was
Hidden Dragon? It's a puzzle.
Hidden Dragon, Flaming Dragon, isn't that? What is that? From Tropic Thunder or something? Or Flaming Dragon?
Flaming Dragon is from Tropic
Flaming
Thunder.
Dragon. That's
that's right. Yeah, that's when he's yelling. That's Tom Cruise's character yelling at him. Yes. Also, I'm just thinking about remember those Rush Hour movies? Weren't those great? Just thinking about Rush Hour movies.
I felt like I was in the set of that. It was good production quality because it felt like a little alleyway. Posted it on socials when it happened over the weekend there, and it looked like an alleyway, and you kind of have the rooms off of it. It was very fun. You had to do these puzzles, but it was very satisfying. You just kind of put these drawers in a direction, and there was a coat rack, and in one of the coats, in one of the pockets, there was a clue which told you to dial in the phone book to the bank, and then call the bank, and the bank gave you another clue, and it opened this trap door that gave you a piece of the medallion, and then once you had all the pieces of the medallion, you had solved and were able to stop the gang, and so it was very elaborate. Very elaborate.
I want to do an escape room now. I mean, it sounds delightful.
It was fun.
I always wondered, like, what if you couldn't solve it?
Yeah.
But if you
the crazy thing was, so there's like 11 or 12 of us, which is, I would say slightly too many, because there was a little bit of overlapping. Maybe like 8 is a sweet spot, because it was kind of nice to separate and solve things. And then you each get like a piece of the medallion. You're coming together for the last clue, that kind of thing. But
right.
a little bit over talking a bit, and kind of trying to coordinate took a little bit longer. But they have a timer right there, like in the middle of the hallway in the main area, and so you just see it counting down. So you have an hour to do it, and so we solved it with 3 minutes left. So,
oh my God, was that like just your heart pounding at the end? Was that just craziness when you get into kind of minute 50, because you're like, are we gonna do this?
There's the guy that runs it, and so he said, like, he will give clues and hints if you need. So we didn't use a single hint until the very end. There was maybe like 8-9 minutes left, and we were like, oh shit, this seems like the last thing, but there might be something after it, so we gotta really just start closing. So we did get a hint, so that helped. But again, Lisa was a superstar. She ended up finding the last clue as all of us are in this final room, so she had like a nice little rock star moment, which was pretty fun.
So she delivered on the expectations. She really came in and delivered,
and even during
when you needed it most.
Yeah, I did not deliver. I was stuffed up, and I was like, oh, you guys are doing good. I turned into a project manager. I found out about myself. I was coordinating I was like, okay, you're doing that puzzle, but what's going on in the room? How does this, what are we leading to? How do we get the medallion? And so I was really synthesizing the puzzle.
Sure.
I'm not a details guy.
You don't get in the weeds.
Picture guy.
You don't get in the weeds. Yeah. Can we just zoom out real quick? Can we zoom out real quick and do a high level thinking? We're going to get our ducks in a row. We're going to circle our wagons here.
10,000 feet. We're going 10,000 feet view.
10,000 feet up. I only make big decisions. I can only make big decisions. That's me. I only have the big idea in my head. I can't do the little stuff. I need a higher salary. I can't do the menial work. It kills me.
Take my arms, but not the detail. Yeah,
anyway. Not the weeds. I want to be in the weeds. Yeah. Can't see the tree through the forest.
There it is.
All that
man.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm a forest guy. I'm not a tree guy. But anyway, so that's how it played out. So anyway, all that to say, it was Chris introduced everybody. Really nice.
He's a connector.
Really good connector. Nice to hear. It was just nice to hear him introduce him and be that guy, So anyway, I kind of piggybacked with your neighborly thing, and he was very great.
If you have those people in your life, that's great when you have people that connect like that. Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about something incredible though, because we walk to dinner afterwards. We solve it. It was such a high. You come together as a group. We're walking through downtown, and we're like, we're high-fiving. We're catching up. We're kind of learning about each other. We're catching up with older friends. If depending on who it was. We get to dinner, and great dinner. I'm chatting with this guy I just met. He was really cool. We were showing pictures of the honeymoon. It was lovely. He had been to Hawaii. It was just fun. We get to the birthday cake. They bring out the birthday cake. They got a candle. Chris's birthday. They lay it down. Candles burning. Couple of candles out. There's a couple of candles recording it. Like anybody, we sing happy birthday, and we go, and everyone goes, make a wish. And he goes, wait, let me just say something about each of you. And he goes around the table.
11 people?
Of us.
Right, so 11.
12 of us. And this candle is burning wax into this raspberry. This raspberry is just entirely wax by the end. And he's going around and he goes, I met you and you're always so sweet, and you don't believe in yourself. You are the best. And then it goes to the next person. It's like, I met you, and he did. And like,
did he tell somebody they don't believe in themselves during his birthday? Did he say that?
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, but it was such a power move. I've never seen that. He just, I put it in the notes here, and I know you were kind of curious, but I put it as birthday hostage compliments.
And you can't run away from that. Yeah, it's his birthday, right?
We just sang. The candle is still burning. You can't walk away from a burning candle, and so everyone is just sitting there, and like the people recording are like, do we still record this?
Were there people in the restaurant? You know how in the restaurant sometimes people, after the song is sang, then everybody claps because yay, and then you see a little like nod, like happy birthday from like the side table. Right. Were they all like, do we clap, or like what are they doing over there? Like,
luckily we were kind of off to the side, and it was a very busy night. It was a Saturday night, so there wasn't other people who didn't really hear us, and it was hard to hear ourselves even. Like, we really took a little bit to kind of get on the same page birthday wise. That's another thing. I'm going to get into, because the birthday singing, there's always a couple of different. I think the people that are great singers, they really come out of the gate. And they really demand a lot from some other people that I am not a singer. And I will say, Lisa's not this person. She's a phenomenal singer. She's the best singer I've ever met. And she's not this type of person. But I did. And there are other people at the table that were like a little bit better. And I think they're kind of trying to get more involvement. And I'm just kind of like, guys, I am giving you my A stuff. I'm not saying that, but with my eyes, I'm saying this is it. I'm stuffed up. And this is all I got.
Birthday to
you, yeah,
right.
You know?
And it's just struggle.
I'll hit him with some and many more. I'm going to really hammer and many more, because I know I'm not carrying earlier in the song. So I will hammer the and many more.
Do you do the tags at the end? You know what I mean? There's some people that come in and go, and many more, you know what I mean? Or they hit like your stinky feet, like a family will do that or something. Or they add a little tag to it, a little sauce. Did you add something to it?
I'll do a little bit. Yeah. I do the low voice. I do the low voice, and I do, and many more. And I kind of, a lot of hands. I'm getting excited for them.
Yeah. It's your Italian side. It's like your Italian barber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. So
that is a power move. That's a power move, and definitely an interesting. That's like a funny scene in a movie, almost like I'd imagine that in like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Where Larry goes, "You can't do this. You can't hold us hostage here on the birthday. Come on, what are you doing?
No, I refuse. Yeah,
I refuse. Exactly, I refuse. We hit the birthday threshold. We sang the song. Now we're gone. Now we're done. My obligation
it stops at the song. It stops at
obligation is done. That is a very, very unique move. Shout out to Chris, because
I know.
I could only imagine Chris doing that. You know what I mean? That is
incredible. It was great.
That's great. That is great.
I might take that. Just really socially hold people hostage is like a great. Oh
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Are you kidding me? What a power play. I'll just see it in my brain now. That wax just burning into the raspberry down into the cake.
Did anybody have that slice? Because that slice is ruined now. It's all wax. You got to scrape it off the top, kind of.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a trick candle. Probably. Maybe a trick candle would have been better. Because a trick candle keeps going. It keeps going.
No, but then he would have done like 6 more things. It would have been compliments. He could have turned it into a
affirmations. Roasting, affirmations.
Gratitude. Right. There we go.
Manifestations.
Right. Yeah, he could have done it.
That would have been weirder. Wouldn't that have been weird if he's trying to forecast your future? And Jake, you and Lisa will consummate your marriage and have a child on, and like he really gets into details of your whatever
I wouldn't
inappropriate
put
thing he
past him.
says.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put past him. I will say, he's a good friend in that he'll always gas you up. Like, he was telling me, he was like, "What's your job again?" He was chatting about work and all that. He's like, you can. It's funny because he's kind of like disparaging my work, but at the same time, it's because he thinks I can do so much more.
Because you don't believe in yourself, right? Everybody around this table, agrees. You don't believe in yourself. You can do better. This isn't a birthday. It's an intervention.
Yeah. I'm like, please just blow out the candle for the love of God.
Yeah, blow out your fucking candle.
I'll blow it out. Oh my God. Now, Alex, I want to say, I want to kind of pivot a little bit. It looks like you got fireplace etiquette here. What do we?
Now, and maybe this is actually a great transition from fire, candle. It's snowy here, coming back to where I'm at. You're thinking, now we're back on the East Coast, right? Now we're setting the scene. You know, it is a landscape filled with snow.
Fuck you. She never gonna make it. She never gonna make it. I never believed in you.
And now we switch over. Hard cut back to the East Coast. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Yeah, no, it was. So I had just shoveled, right? I had shoveled throughout the morning. It's a Sunday too, so kind of feed into the football stuff we'll get into. But Sunday morning, I shovel everything. Dad's very appreciative, very happy. They get back from like a brunch thing, and they're like, "Hey, thank you so much for doing that. Let's watch some football." And I throw on some football, and we get the fireplace going. And I forgot. That's why I put the note here: fireplace etiquette. I haven't lived in a home with a fireplace, in many, many, many years, and so forgot what fireplace etiquette's like. You got to keep the fire going, Jake. You got to keep it going. Depends on what kind of wood you're using. Randy. He's a carpenter. Our father, our old Randall Pops. He's got a lot of old wood he hasn't used, right? Oh, he's got old wood, maybe a 2x4 or something.
Couple of nails in them.
Different burn rates. Couple nails, some plastic, just smoke, just
burning nails.
But there was none of that. But there was just different types of wood. So there's different burn rates, different smoke points, right? So it starts smoking up the house. So that's why I said fireplace etiquette. You got to worry about the smoke. Obviously, the chimney's open, the vents open, but even beyond that, the smoke's still getting in. And, so then it became a whole thing. This was just a whole new set of circumstances I haven't dealt with since, now first winter back on the East Coast. I'm like, oh, that's right. There's all this fireplace etiquette. Because you know what I had fun doing? You set up your little structure, right? You set up however you want to do it, however you want to make your fire. You put the little fire starter in, and you light that on fire. You put that in the middle. You get that going. And then what I found a real joy out of is you get the poker in between, in the middle. You start pushing around all that, all the ash, and also the wood that's kind of half done, but the other side you got to get going. So you kind of push that towards the middle. But then also I got the what do you call it? You're piping in the wind. You're piping in the wind. So I'm blowing the fire up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got
a little accordion thing.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Oh man, I was really letting the fire breathe. And so that's why I put fireplace etiquette here. It's like I unlocked all this stuff that, I'm like watching football. I'm tending to the fire, putting a couple logs on. I'm piping it up, got the little accordion, blowing some oxygen into the fire, get the embers really get hot, make it it's a real joy. It brings you back. There's something real deep inside of us that really, I think, gets a hold of us, our human DNA, that everybody wants to be around a fire, A
couple of Christmases ago, Lisa and I were on a little rotation on that very fireplace with that exact that accordion, the fan that really you can really just pipe it in. You're so right. It can, and you can kind of also, little just tidy up a bit, and you get some of the ashes, blow it in back in.
Jake, you get it. You get it. Yes.
And you just gotta.
That is Jake. You really read my mind.
Yeah, it really adds to, you got like either a hot chocolate, a little spiked action. I don't know your taste, and
Whoa.
maybe a
Fell in
cold
there?
frothy beer. I don't know.
A
It
little
depends. It
peppermint
could be,
schnapps just fell into the hot
yeah.
cocoa there. Whoops a
There you
daisy. Is that a
go.
peppermint?
Yeah,
A little
a little
peppermint
bit of
on there?
that, or maybe like a Sam Adams, like a
Mm.
winter lager. They've got
Mm-hmm.
those, the seasonal
Mm-hmm.
ones.
A
Those could be a
hearty
good.
beer. A
Uh-huh.
hearty beer. Or
Yeah.
maybe you're this kind of drinker. Maybe you have a neat whiskey. What? Maybe one
Yeah.
stone. One big
Uh,
stone, but it's already cold outside, right? Maybe you
yeah.
got the bottle out in the garage and it's getting cold. I don't know.
I'm
I don't know
rewatching.
you.
I'm rewatching Parks and Rec, and Ron Swanson he has so many great lines. The neat whiskey really reminded me of him. They have two of the characters, Chris Traeger and Ann Perkins, are
And
moving.
Perkins.
Yeah, they're moving, and so everyone's saying their goodbyes, and Ron just gives him a goodbye with a firm handshake, and everyone's like, I think we didn't do enough. Like, he gave us these really nice gifts for going away, very sentimental, and we didn't do enough. And Ron's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I said goodbye and gave that man 2 firm handshakes. I think that's plenty. It's very firm. Anyway, he was drinking a neat whiskey. Anyway, it's great. It was really, really fun.
There is never a moment that we should not have a digression for Ron Swanson, because it is an epic character, and just a way of life, I think, that Ron Swanson,
So good. So good. Yeah, I was watching football, and I wanted to do, I kind of want to pitch it to you on the pod, and then maybe we do a sketch or something for social, but I wanted to pitch it to you where I was watching football and they're snapping it under center, and they put the hand down underneath the center's butt, get the ball, they snap it, whatever. And I wanted to do a sketch or something, like, who is they're coming up with the rules for the game. Who was like the guy that was like coming up with the rules? Like, who suggested like under center? Like, who's the guy that was just kind of like, yeah. So anyway, forward passing, you're allowed to do it behind the line of scrimmage, right? We throw it off forward. To start, we're going to snap the ball. I'm going to come in. I'll be right under you. And so you'll snap it between your legs. I'll put my hands right under the balls, just right there. That's where I'm going to put him. I just feel like him pitching that and everyone kind of just being like, I don't know. I don't know if we should.
Now, John, did you say you were going to put your ring knuckle right on his taint? Is that what you said, John?
There?
Is that what I heard?
Can we go shotgun? Can we go?
Maybe you hike it back. You know what's funny about the history of the game too is, like, there was a side hike. Remember, that is legal, where you can like go around. So it's funny that maybe some of the guys are like, well, we could do a side hike, John. He's like, no, it's got to be under center. That's the only way I play quarterback.
That's the only way. That would be, what we should do. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if that turns into a sketch or not. That could be fun. It could be fun. But I would love. I feel like if we got in the league, I know we talked about this a couple times, but that could be a big innovation. We popularize the side hike offense. We are, maybe like to start the play. They don't know. The defense doesn't know if we're going to hike it to, maybe there's 2 quarterbacks, either sides. Maybe that's our thing. Maybe we get that. We really work our way through the ranks. We start in the high school ranks, work our way up to college, and then we just kind of this side hike offense. That
Jake,
could be something.
Our local at our alma mater in high school here just fired their head coach. Okay,
wow.
So there's an opening for us
to soft launch to American football coach of
now.
Maybe.
Now, so we could really launch this side hike offense. Now, I'm thinking about the pillars of it and the tenets of the side hike offense. So now you said it's about deception, right? Who are we hiking it to? But it's also, we're messing with the snap count a bit, and we're messing with false starts and encroachments, right? So we can have these linemen trained like bloodhounds. They have to know immediately all of the rules, but they also know how to immediately, if they jump into the neutral zone, they're going to reach out. They're going to grab. We're going to get 5 easy yards every time, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of like Sirianni. This feels like Sirianni a little bit. This is how Sirianni runs the offense.
I don't like it anymore. Never mind. I actually don't like this.
It was a good idea, and we had some fun with it. We walked around. We how did it feel? We tried it on for a little bit, and then we put it back on the rack, and then we're putting it back on the rack, and we didn't like it.
I do like. We should come back to. The side hike, and maybe Alex, you have to do is just sex it up a bit. It's not sexy. It's not a sexy name. It's
the side hike?
There's like an
wraparound
offense,
like a wraparound hand job. Like it's a wraparound hand job. Jake, it's under center. We're always talking about putting our knuckles in taints. Come on. I mean, it's like it's not that far.
What are we doing?
What you want to do for the kids? What are we doing this for the kids, Jake? Come on.
Okay, so some cool.
It's a wraparound offense. Come on, Jake.
So we got the spread offense, and Coryell, and and the wraparound.
And the wraparound. It fits perfectly right into the pantheon of football ideologies, Jake.
Yeah.
It's like the West Coast offense. This is the Northeast offense. This
is actually great. The West Coast, here comes the Northeast.
Oh, no. Here comes old Yardley High School coming into town with their wraparound offense.
And they're doing the reach around. Here it goes.
Oh, no. They got another reach around offense. Nobody knows when to go. It's pandemonium on the line of scrimmage. They put 10 guys on the line.
Center. They're not going to center.
No. And when we go shotgun, I think what we need to do, side hike it into shotgun. We side hike it out.
They're ready for, and we're motioning into a side hike. Oh man.
Direct snap.
Motion.
Oh, a direct snap. It's like a handoff, Jake.
The whole thing, it's direct snaps. It's the whole thing is just playing with, they have no idea how to line up.
People that hate passive aggressive behavior will love this because it's direct. It's all direct. Yeah, everything's direct.
Direct snaps,
right at your gullet, right?
Right at the gullet. The linemen, they're spaced out all across. They're all over the place. They have no idea.
Splits? Are you talking about like 10 feet splits? They're like, it's like craziness. People are like, what are they doing? They're playing rugby out there?
What is going on? It's just chaos. It's called, it's organized. And that's what's thing, Alex. You've got that hat on, and we just go, organized chaos. And
organized
fingers.
Chaos. And I got taped fingers. Yeah.
You got dip. You get some dip in your mouth.
I get into chew. Yeah, I get into long cut. Probably long cut chew, you thinking? Because that's the messier one. No pouches. No pouches.
Alex, I'm in the box because I'm a 10,000 feet kind of guy.
I'm living in the weeds. I'm living in the weeds, and you're trying to see the forest. You're trying to see the forest from 10,000 feet up.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone mid-game. I'm going, Jake, this guy, we can trade him tomorrow. We could trade him more. Look at him. Look at the way he side hikes. This guy.
But I can't be a part. I'm in behind closed doors. I'm a part of those conversations. But I tell the guys I can't be a part of those conversations because I got to look you in the eyes and I got to show you. I got to show you what this means to me so that you know how much it means to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a motivator. I'm like John Madden out there with this hat on. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Are we watching Ted Lasso? Because it's coming through. It's coming through.
You think? I feel like I already finished Ted Lasso, Jake. Come on, I finished Ted Lasso again. A second viewing.
Good
That's
pace.
2 times.
Good pace. Yeah. Good for you.
It took no time at all. I think we could do it. You're up in the box. I'll be on the field.
And this is for our team bags, Alex. This is our team bags,
Jake.
Alex. We go knuckle under center. We go bare knuckle under center, and we're teabagging. We're teabagging.
Oh, okay. Right? Now the connections. You're being a connector right now. Yes, of course. Okay, you're connecting. You're connecting. You're a connector.
I live with the birds.
Big picture.
I'm up there. That's just who I am.
Help me down. I'm Jake. Jake, I'm starving in the forest right now. I'm stuck in weeds. Help me. Help me see it.
Help
me
Alex,
see
Alex,
it.
You're in the trenches. You got to tell me. You know what I mean? You got to direct me. I don't know. I could see some things, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like to live that way. You know what I mean?
Jake, I tell you what, it doesn't feel good. I'm going to switch metaphors here. If we're on a pirate ship and the person in the crow nest and the person on the crow nest is telling me while I'm steering the ship, hey, you tell me what's going on down there. I can't see. You tell me what's going on. I need your eyes. I need your eyes.
Salty water. You got to tell me what the water's like, Alex. You got to tell me.
Oh, but you can see the coastlines. You can see the coastlines, Jake. You can see the iceberg.
But guess
you can
what,
see
Alex?
the iceberg.
That's in the future. That's in the future. You're living with the waves. I guess I am too. But this metaphor lost it for me a bit.
I switched over to the boat metaphor. I switched over.
Good for you. I think you really got me on the boat there.
I don't know, Jake. The tea bags. I think the tea bags could use our leadership. I think our leadership and our foresightedness.
I think. Our technical, what am I trying to say? Tactician. We're being very tactical. So
the building of our whole franchise. Yeah.
I love how we're kind of JoJo. We're kind of like Jackie Moon. We're kind of coaching and playing a bit. We're owning. We're managing. We're doing a little bit of everything. Maybe too.
We really need
maybe too much.
We need Mom to write a real hit, a big hit, and leave it to us, because that's the premise of Jackie Moon.
The plot,
the plot of Jackie Moon.
There you go.
Love Me Sexy.
Semi-Pro. That's
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Incredible. Well, I mean, we really didn't think that was going to play right into the London tea bags, but I think we really
there's a lot of good stuff there. I think the sketch idea is fun. The under center idea is fun. Parlaying that into tea bags, I think there's some legs there. There's some legs I think we could hike between. You know what I mean?
Really fun stuff. Really fun. Now, Alex, I think we really pivot into our favorite segment, but before we do, fantasy football, are we done? Are we competing? Where are you at? What is going on with you? Did we?
I'm glad we got the fun stuff out of the way, right? Because you don't want to bring the mood down at the top of the pod.
No.
It's been a funeral, Jake. This past week was a funeral. I talked about the Mega Bowl a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I had one league left. It was a family league, and your wife, Lisa, first
casualty.
First year in the league, and she kicked me out. She booted me by 3 points. My kicker did not get 8 points like I had hoped on Monday Night Football. Boswell, you bastard.
Yeah.
And I guess Aaron Rodgers is old Aaron Rodgers now because they weren't stalling in the red zone like I had hoped. I really thought they'd stall in the red zone. We'd kick some field goals.
I know.
They were scoring tutties. Tutties, buddy. Metcalf. We'll talk about that. But that was my last hope because I'm bogged down in a graveyard of consolation brackets right now, Jake.
Brother.
I'm thinking to myself, how did I get here?
Yeah.
There's this fog, this thick fog around me, Jake.
Yeah.
And all it is old podcast advice I had listened to and some of the waiver wire articles I read. Yeah, exactly. And the videos and what was it? What did it all mean? And so my
cheats and
looking at
stats and depth charts. And,
I could vomit, Jake. I could vomit thinking about how much time I spent on mock draft this summer. And the mock draft summer that I had led to this. I am taking a huge step back from off-season speculation, and I'm going to take a break. I'm going cold. I'm going into the next season. I'm already thinking about the next season now. On to next year.
Yeah.
With a real sadness in my heart because I didn't even come in last place. I didn't even come in last place. I didn't even get a potty trophy.
Are you still now? Are you in contention for last though for the Lambertville?
I am, Jake. I am, and if I do,
I'm on a swivel because I'm on a swivel in that one. I'm in that with you. I'm in that with you, Alex, and I am fighting. This is the hardest. I care more about not losing than I do about winning. I think. I've almost that.
In my head, I'm already thinking about who do I get the dress from to run the 5K. That's where that's what I'm thinking. You got that's the punishment, right? That's still the punishment. I mean, Carlos hasn't done it from last year, so
I know it's been really.
What are we doing?
It's been a tough look for.
Because he hasn't done his punishment of last year. So for the listener, last year's punishment was to run a 5K in a dress. That's what you have to do. That's what the loser had to do. He never did it. We're done another year now. This was last year, and so I might do it the day after the fantasy league ends. I might get a group text and go, I'll run 5K. I don't even need an event for it. Just you guys can film me. I'm doing it the next day and I'm posting it in the group chat. That's where I'm at because I've just accepted. I'm going to try to win and not be in the loser. But if I lose, you have it here, guys. Anyone listening in the league? I'll run it. I'll run it like the next week. I'll run like the next week that whenever people can get together and watch it, basically.
The thing that bothers me.
I just want to knock it out. I want it to be done. I don't want it to hang over my head,
The thing that bothers me is there's other ideas being thrown around mid-season. And it's like, you can't, I hate that because the people that are undefeated or, 3-0, 4-0, like, you know what? Actually, let's really ramp it up this year. Let's really
make their own shit now. Yeah, maybe they have to eat their own shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's never. So I feel like you gotta have it set up in the beginning. But that was last year's. I don't even know if we settled on one this year. So I think if you did anything, people would be happy because they would just be like, at least someone did something. And really have some. I can't tell you the last punishment from that league. Could you? Do you have any idea?
No, I can't. I don't remember. Maybe like a drinking thing where they had to drink it a lot or something. But I really can't remember anything specific.
No.
And I mean, I'm kind of drumming it up for a little bit of entertainment here, but I am fighting for my life in that one. I'm still trying in that one. It's not like I'm like resignated to losing, right?
Yeah.
I just mean if I do lose, I'm gonna pay the piper.
Are you threatened in the other leagues? How are you looking in the other leagues? So it looks like you're out of all three. You got three, right?
Well, the other two don't matter. Yeah, I've got three. The other two, the one consolation, they end the worst record for the regular season in fantasy in the family league is the potty. So that's already gone.
Right.
And so the consolation doesn't mean anything. And then the consolation for the new LA league, that there's really no consequence there, right? It's not.
That's true.
So that's why that's all I got is not losing that one. And that's where I'm at.
I've got four leagues. I was in 3 playoffs.
Brother. Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And then and the one I lost was in Lambertville, so I was kind of just riding that. Although I feel like if I just a couple of games went the other way, I had a good week. If I was in the playoffs, I'd make some noise. I feel like, but But then of the 3 that I was in this past weekend, one of them I had a bye week in the family league. So I didn't play. So that's fun. Just kind of sitting on the sideline there. And then in the the Los Angeles, that one, man, really, really put up some numbers. Really had Trey McBride, Henderson, Stroud did a little bit of work. Defense came through, kicker came through, and put up like 150, 160. Give or take, and so that was great. That was fun, and it was early, man. The early games for both of us, we were like, okay, by the early slate, once that hits, we're gonna know. And thank goodness it went the right way. But that one I was really messing around. Did you see? I had everyone benched.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of chatter in the group chat, like, "Oh, you think these mind games are going to work on me?" You know?
Yeah, I went from this plucky underdog that everyone's like, this is look, he made it, to just immediately hated because it's like I benched everyone. There's a screenshot, and people are like, "What do you think you're doing? What do you think this is?" And I was very just kind of cagey, kind of just like. Art of War, Alex. Art of War now. Art of War. Shrouded in mystery. That's what I was doing.
Yes, of course.
I was like giving my position away, and who knows? Ken, God bless him, ended up benching Kyle Pitts. I really dodged a bullet. So thank goodness for that. Played the guys, won that, so that's exciting. I'm now against Jared, who we were watching the game together, and he was really Nick, and I, the three of us were watching the games. He's got the bye, and he plays the winner of my game, and he was like, I've been preparing for this game next week for 3 weeks. I had it locked up. I am ready to roll. And I was like, good. I hope you are. But he's got Jonathan Taylor. He's got Warren. He's got Pittman. I was like, I hope Phillip Rivers is going to get you there. And he was very confident. And then in the group chat later, Nick was like, yeah, I don't know, Jared. You were really pretty nervous in the car ride home. And he was like, keep that in your pocket.
I saw that.
How dare you? Very fun. And then I did lose in the brilliantly dumb league. I did not play Henderson. I played Mariota over Bo Nix, who Mariota was fine, but Joe Burrow let me down. Justin Jefferson, terrible. So I lost in that league.
Jefferson had a miserable season. Jefferson.
Yeah, he really did. So anyway, I'm two leagues I'm continuing on. I'm trudging on, and then the other two I lost, and then the last one I'm in the consolation bracket. That's
in the family league. Your team is stout, and you might have to beat your wife. It looks like in the championship.
I'm hoping it doesn't come in. Well, the thing I'm worried about too is with some of the other people is like, she's done fantasy football. She's in 3 leagues herself right now.
Yeah,
she's in the girls' league, and then she's in.
That was evident pretty early in the year that she's done this before. Her lineups, all of her moves, and everything. Pretty evident.
I'm worried the family will be like, oh no, Jake is just running the team, because whenever there's spouse. Collusion or things. I was worried about that, but she's doing it. So,
I believe it. Yeah. I mean, Lisa, like we talked about her puzzling earlier, her excelling at games and things like that. It all fits. It all makes sense. I believe it. I never questioned that. She got me by 3 points. My bad beat was Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith got like 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you know who did show up for me, Jake, was Cortland Sutton when I needed him most. Got 20 points.
No, Alex.
And Saquon Barkley.
Did Garrett?
We're playing each other now for 5th place. Him and I are playing each other now for 5th place. So the trade. The trade comes down to now the battle for 5th place. And I will say, when it mattered most, my collection of 3 players got more points than the 3 that he got. So I will say I scored more if I played him in that week. I would be moving on. If I didn't play Lisa, I lost. I would have beat the other 2 guys. And so rough matchup. Lisa got me. But I would have won if I was playing either of the 2 other guys that didn't get the buys, I would have beat them, Jared or Garrett. But that's the way cookie crumbles, I got beat by a better player, Lisa, cap off. You better beat him now. You're Yardley now. Okay. You're Yardley now. So you got to win.
Love that. Now, Alex, I think we a good time to pivot into our favorite segment, Pick'ems. What do you think you got? We had perfect score is 16. Total of 16. Out of
Okay.
16, what do you think you got?
I felt good. I felt pretty good. I'm going to say I had a frothy 9. I'm going to say 9. I'm thinking I did well. Yeah, I think I got 9 out of 16. That's pretty good. We've been floating around 500, a little over 500. So I think this is maybe a high watermark for me,
All
maybe.
Right. Final? Is that a final action?
9. Lock it in. Lock it in. Alex, are you going to show me 10?
Right. 9 for me.
Oh, no.
Looks like you... And I did a classic. I missed the Thursday as well, so I even spotted you one.
Gutted. Oh,
yeah, you had 6. I had 7. Okay, 9.
Oh,
I had
no.
9. So I'm clawing back, Alex. We might be right back to.
Is it convenient?
Locked.
Can we look at the total now, or like where we're at? Or no?
It'll be inconvenient just because we had a couple weeks that I'd have to exclude, and I can't remember.
We don't need to do it now. We can do it later.
Were.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will.
Our travel.
Our
travel
stuff.
travel,
exactly. The travel one.
Right.
So anyway, we'll have to pencil that in for end of the year. We'll really take a look, but and maybe even leading up to the last game, because I want to know the score before we do our last predictions. So maybe we'll do it for next week.
Looking at this, and I am just gutted. How did I?
I know, it's great, isn't it?
I can't believe I thought Vegas would cover. No,
I know. So. Starting with the Thursday, did you watch? How much did you get into this weekend? Did you watch a ton?
I did watch.
Did you watch a little?
I did. Yeah, I did last night. A busy week last week, so this was like a recoup kind of weekend for me. So I did watch a fair amount of football here. Yeah, dude, Kyle Pitts just going off on Thursday night.
Nuts.
Bijan had the one fumble. I was cheering for Bijan in the family league. Was hoping Bijan went off. He did get 25. That was great.
Hitting a game.
But dude, this reminded me, remember halfway through the year when it's like still nice out, it's like springtime, and we're saying Baker Mayfield MVP. And then you remember, oh, that's right. He has those high highs, but then he also, I felt like this was not a great game for him. Like he had some mistakes.
He cooled off. I mean, Atlanta, it's crazy. I think their defense is really picking up. They invested a lot in those edge rushers in the draft, and everyone laughed at them because they traded a lot to get it. And
still bad roster building, in my opinion. Still bad the cost for everything.
Yeah. But it did hit it. It was effective, not efficient, if that makes sense. They did the thing, but it cost them a lot to do it. But the guy, Pierce, looks like he's having a great year. The rookie, he had some good plays in this game. I think Tampa Bay's banged up a little bit. The receivers are coming back, but I think the line is still kind of hurt.
Right.
And I think that kind of showed. And Baker's playing hurt, isn't he? Isn't he playing with... What was the injury? Do you remember we were talking about him on painkillers a couple of weeks ago?
Was it his chest or something, or like a shoulder?
Like his shoulder? Yeah, like his opposite shoulder. I think that's a bigger deal than
definitely
he's leading on. It's like
that makes a lot of sense. That makes more sense because Kirk wasn't great. Cousins here.
Yeah. I didn't watch a ton of the game. I watched a good amount, like things here and there. I know Bijan looked great. Pitts was the revelation of this game, where you're kind of like, this is insane. He set a record for the most fantasy points for a tight end, like since it's been recorded, since like the 80s.
He went from like maybe like a top, barely like around top, like 10 or 11 fantasy tight end to like number 2 or something, like behind Trey McBride. That was it. Like one game just exploded. And how many people do you think actually played him?
I know it was not a lot. I saw across the leagues. I was kind of looking around, and I think it was maybe like one guy in a consolation. And it's like that's the other thing is like if you had him, you probably didn't make it. Like your team probably could have used him more throughout the season, but man, I can't imagine if you're in the playoffs and you have him, probably had to feel amazing. Except for I felt so bad. I went against Ken, who had him, and we played Strange over him.
Just such
and
a
Strange.
bad beat. Oh.
Strange did not play well. I will say though, I think my team did really well. If it's any consolation, I don't think he would have won with Pitts in the lineup.
Wow. That's saying a lot because Pitts had like 40 points.
Yeah, it was like 45 or something like that. But at least that makes you feel better about not playing it or whatever. If you're, it's just like the team didn't show up. It's not like you could have done anything different.
Right.
Decision wise, but we both got this wrong, I guess. I probably would have picked Tampa because I think Tampa's fighting for their lives in the playoffs, you know?
This is me not being good at betting or whatever. It's -4.5. They're only a point difference. And I said Tampa Bay. Did I not get that right? Or
no, so you had Tampa Bay winning by 4.5. So
I see. I got the cover wrong. So they had to win by more. I see. Yeah.
Even if they did win, you would have lost because it was just a point difference. You know what I mean? Right. So Atlanta, I mean, I think that was pretty surprising for most people because I don't think people were anticipating Atlanta really putting that many points up.
They dropped a couple eggs. Yeah. They dropped a couple eggs. That was a whole nother thing. As far as my fantasy demise is Drake London just not playing the last couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, when you
just
needed
brutal.
the most. Yeah,
the most. He disappeared. He really avatared on me. But
there you go.
Anyway, I mean, this game, the next game I'm very excited to talk about. I watched this game.
Yes, Alex, I'm very upset with my pick because do you remember I went on this huge rant last time.
You said this was it, the MVP campaign for Josh Allen, and I wanted to say that and cut you off there because I wanted to know. I listened, I heard you, and you were dead on, and I was thinking about you during this game. Like he nailed it. He nailed it.
I feel like it was, and what's funny is because immediately it looks like New England was going to roll. They were
21-0. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it looks like Buffalo's really rolling over. But I'm surprised I didn't pick Buffalo here. I felt like this game was gonna be when I made the selection, I was like, I think Josh Allen's gonna outdo Drake May, but I think Vrabel outcoaches Sean McDonald. Is that it?
McDermott.
Sean McDermott, thank you. Yep. And I kind of had that when I picked it. But whenever I'm not gonna lie, when I do these picks, I do like gut instinct and I put like 0 time in.
Me too. I go fast. Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't put a ton of energy into it, but we both had New England.
I also thought the snow too. The snow is going to be a factor. Yeah. It was my consideration here. When Josh Allen played in the snow a couple weeks ago, I think they almost lost to Cincinnati. Like he played pretty poorly. Like he had a couple, or was it? He had a bad game. It looked like kind of messy from Josh Allen. So I thought with Vrabel and with the snow and everything, I thought they would really hem him in. And Buffalo relies so much on Josh Allen. So if you can hinder him in any way, you're going to win the game because the rest of their team is good, but not great. Yeah.
James Cook had a really good game, and James Cook looks very good. I also want him to do poorly because of Jed playing against him in fantasy next week. So I'm hoping we got the James Cook game out of the way, and next week they kind of rely on more passing is my hope. But anyway, the next one was an absolute blowout. Chicago v. Cleveland. The Shador hype really came crashing back down.
Yeah. Nothing.
Swift, I believe, had a solid game. And then they also had
DJ Moore.
Yeah,
did well.
That's right. He came back. I think Loveland even had a good game. It looked like. So Chicago and their defense, I think, is like they're getting turnovers. They look fun. They look really fun, and I'm excited for end of the year because I want to see them play. I don't know their schedule, but I really hope they play Detroit or the Packers again. I know they just played the Packers. I can't remember if that was the second time or not.
Bummed about the Packers. We'll get to it, but bummed about the Packers. We'll get to it.
Cleveland defense, I also think Garrett is still on sack watch, so he might.
Is it Michael Strahan's record, the sack record?
Michael Strahan's record. I think Watt JJ might have tied it, or something like that.
22 sacks or 21 or something like that. Something crazy
right now. Myles Garrett has 21 and a half.
Yeah.
So he can tie it. He can beat it next week.
Can you scroll down? Is there anybody close to him? Like, who else is? Oh no, Brian Burns 13.
Burns is 13. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. You know, I mean, I think that's like a usual year. I think most people are getting like high teens for like a really good year.
Myles Garrett, though, man. I mean, he's good for. I mean, Cleveland needs something to cheer about, and that's something to cheer about.
You know what's crazy too is they have like he just signed that contract in the offseason. They just paid him, and his first season on the contract, he's like setting the record. So like, good for him.
Good business.
Yeah. But anyway, so that one only going to note the Cleveland's defense really didn't show up otherwise. I feel like
31-3. I mean, 31-3. Yeah.
It's kind of brutal. Anyway, next one, Houston, Arizona. This felt like pretty chalk. We both had Chicago. We both had Houston.
Yeah.
Houston's defense looks insane. Arizona's still rolling out Brissett, who is probably better than Kyler, but still like Marvin Harrison isn't playing. They have like no running game. It is just honestly the best thing though. Trey McBride is getting insane targets.
Yeah,
like he's getting so many because there's no Marvin Harrison. Brissett is throwing like 50 times a game, and it's just to Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride. I was worried because it was Houston. They have a great defense. I thought they were going to kind of shut him down a bit, but he really got into it, and early and often he had like 36 or 7. Like
I did not watch much of this game. I saw some of it bouncing around Ticket or bouncing around Red Zone. I mean, but it felt like for Houston. They got up early, and it felt like a little bit of garbage for Arizona there. Felt like some garbage time.
The other thing was, and for my setup, by the way, I was watching all this with Jared and Nick in the LA League. So the three of us were at like a high top in like a sports bar that had every TV. I think we were in Vegas or something at like a sports book.
I left. I wish we did this a year earlier, or I stayed a year later because I wish I had the fantasy league with you boys. Yeah,
I know. It's some really good trash talk. Nick is great. Jared is great with the trash talk, and it's really fun to kind of do it, be in person, and have that. And but we were watching, and Stroud had a really good game. Stroud is really kind of coming hot late in the season here. Woody Marks apparently had this weird touchdown. I didn't see it, but I've heard about it.
I didn't see it, but your wife Lisa had Stroud, and so Stroud got 29 on me in the league. That's what kicked me out. Was old Stroudy getting 29. He just kept throwing touchdowns. Ugh.
I had Stroud in the league with LA. So I benched Herbert. I put Stroud in, and one of the first plays was like a 50-yard bomb to Nico Collins for a touchdown. So that was like just a beautiful way to start the game.
I wanted to talk to you about this. Speaking of what we just talked about, Lisa made the same move. She also benched Herbert for Stroud.
Yeah.
Collusion?
It's funny.
Collusion?
Collusion.
Huh?
Collusion. I mean,
is that you? Matt?
What's funny is
that you?
I saw in the other leagues, I saw Andrew. Andrew also has Herbert and Stroud. I think the timing of like when he has been getting hurt, like Herbert that is, and the time that Stroud is coming back, like Stroud was just available at the perfect time for people that had Herbert to be like, well, fuck, I gotta figure, and like,
Gotta pivot.
I don't know. Yeah. So I did notice that. I did see that. Because we both ended up having like, hey, let's go Stroud. Although I guess it was after the fact because I was at the ball when it happened, but I know. Next one, KC. I mean, this was the death of Kansas City. Speaking of Stroud of Herbert here, this was the other thing. Was like playing Herbert against Kansas City defense was kind of brutal looking. Arizona looked like much more favorable. KC though, man, this was it, dude. This is the end
of at least this era of the era. Does that make sense? Like I think Mahomes will come back, but and have a long career after he covers. But there's going to be like he might even miss some of next year. You know, there might be like a 2-year hiatus, like this year and next year he might be kind of out of commission. So the Chiefs, Chiefs might have just lost like 2 seasons here because Gardner Minshew.
They could. It's interesting to see how they play it because they have their probably best pick that they've had in the NFL draft in a while. So they'll actually get some hopefully decent talent, and then on top of it, they'll have to see how quickly Mahomes can get back because I'm assuming that Kelsey retires probably, and then Chris Jones is like 30, you know, like he's there. So they could either try and just blow it up and do like what the Celtics or Pacers, like the Pacers, where like they lost Halliburton and they're just like kind of tanking this year and they're just playing young guys, trying to see what they have and like, you know, resetting for the following year. Like not a bad strategy. It could set up. It's kind of like there's been a lot of talk of this as well, where really similar parallel to Brady. Brady had 3 Super Bowls, and then he tore his ACL. Matt Castle was in there, and then they kind of did a little bit of a reshuffling, and it was kind of the second chapter to his. So I mean, pretty eerie. I think he might be maybe a year younger potentially than Brady was when he got
comparison.
hurt.
Yeah, I didn't realize that sort of parallel. How history sort of rhymes there. That's interesting.
So anyway, this game though, Chargers look like they've got the division. It seems like they. I mean, they beat out KC. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I guess Denver. So Denver actually has it. So
Denver's like power ranked number 1. I mean, they only have 2 losses this year. Denver does.
Yeah. They're a huge ripper, and so the Chargers are kind of locked in for I think what they should do is because they're locked in, they should kind of like punt on trying to get the division and just be healthy for the wild card. You know, like get a home game. They've got a good enough record. They can get a home game for the wild card and try and get healthy because, dude, Herbert is getting killed every game, it seems like.
Oh, my God. And his hand, didn't he break his hand? And so, I mean.
Yeah, he had surgery.
He had surgery in his hand. So, they just seem like they'll like, they're a damaged ship coming into port, if that makes sense. And they're just sailing, just barely staying afloat. Like they're just barely staying afloat.
Yeah.
And they, I don't see them as like a big threat in the playoffs this year. Unfortunately, it's just because of injuries. It's nothing more than injuries.
Yeah.
Like
they
just
feel
really
like
started mounting, you know?
Feel like the Lions from last year a little bit. Where it's like they got really good firepower, but then they just lost a lot of it to injury. How is the O'Marion Hampton? He came back, right? Did he do much?
Like 9 points or something in the last. He had like 11, and then he had 1 week, and then he had like 10, like 2 like double digit scoring. So didn't do too much.
Because I know you were huge on Hampton this year, and
I think next year. He probably next year. It was the injury.
Yeah.
Again, injuries. The injury killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, to him and the tackles, like both. I mean, that's brutal. I feel like so far the rookie running back has kind of been Henderson. Trevion. We missed that in the New England game, but he had a couple of ripper runs, and I think Genty has really underperformed as well.
Definitely,
And he might by the end of it might be the one that just. I think he's in the best situation too. He's in the best situation,
and he has the best big playability. Maybe Harvey a little bit, but Harvey is in a well orchestrated sort of I would say finely tuned system with Sean Payton and the best team in the NFL, the Broncos, where he doesn't have a high responsibility and he's not hitting the like big home runs all of the time. I feel like he's a more specific, smaller role, but it has grown, especially with the Dobbins injury. But Harvey is maybe up there, but it took a long time for him to get that going. I think Henderson was similar, but Henderson is popping huge clips, I feel like.
He had 2 big runs, and apparently he hit like some threshold they were saying on the broadcast of like the most 50-yard runs since like Saquon in a season or something like that. And I can't remember if that was by a rookie or just in a season, but he kind of has. Remember Saquon last year? God, that's who I saw. They broke because he had 2 like 40 or 50 yarders that last game, and I had a flashback to last year when it was like we were watching Saquon just run. It was so fun.
I would watch highlights, Jake. I would watch highlights just like the next day just to enjoy the game. I don't do that this year. Last year I was like, I just want to watch the game again. I just want to see like a little 10-minute little highlight clip of him busting a run or jumping over a guy backwards. It was just wild.
I still do the highlights, but that's because I'm a sicko and I like the pain, I guess.
Oh, I would do it. I do it.
The next one is we both had Giants on this over Washington, and I mean, I did you watch much of this? This was another one that was kind of on in like one of the TVs in the back, and I didn't catch a lot. I said Dart hit the medical tent, but then he came back and
classic.
Yeah, just hit one of those, but I didn't catch a ton of this. It seemed like Mariota had a little bit of a game, and I believe they had. I remember the other touchdowns. Oh, Bill Krosky. Bill Krosky ended up scoring as well.
Finally, Bill had such high hopes in the beginning of the year again.
Yeah,
all of our.
This was interesting. No, it's kind of brutal. I don't know, Alex. Do you think it's kind of making me nervous because Washington's getting a little frisky right before the Birds play them twice?
Yeah, but it's Mariota. Maybe this is ill-advised, but Mariota. I guess just doesn't strike fear into me. I guess.
Right.
He doesn't. They won this game, very true, but I don't know. These are 2 teams that have a combined 5 wins. So they just barely snuck across the Giants, the current Giants. So, not a juggernaut fight here, I guess, between the 2. Not 2 juggernauts going after it.
The Giants are maintaining their first overall pick so far. So I think they currently have that. Washington coming. It's going to be funny because the Eagles are going to play back-to-back backup quarterbacks because Mariota was a backup for them and Kenny Pickett was this past week. So back-to-back weeks playing a very familiar person. So I think
hopefully they get him.
See. I think they'll get him. I think the Washington had a good week. I'd almost be more scared of them if they lost because they'd be like they've got nothing to lose. But now it's like, after a win, you kind of relax a little bit.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows? I haven't followed the state of the team as much. It does seem like James Daniels is out for the year. I did see that, so that's confirmed.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Jets and the Jags. I mean, we both had Jacksonville, and they look like they're reeling. I mean, did you see this, Trevor Lawrence?
Do you remember? This is like close to right after maybe the wedding. So maybe in October, we were saying football would be fun if the Jags are good. Football is going to be fun, fantasy football, but also just football in general is better when the Jags are good. Because they're a weird team, and we just want them to see them do well, and they're doing it. Duval is doing it. Trevor Lawrence looks great.
Defense.
Brian Thomas finally had a decent day, even though he's like third fiddle on the team in the wide receiver hierarchy there. The defense, like you said, looks great. The whole team is just clicking. And I mean, 48. I mean, no, it's the Jets, but 48-20 you feel good after that, right?
Yeah. They had a lot going. And ETN looks like he's going berserk. He's going berserk, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a big thing for them. And a lot of people in fantasy playoffs. I know Carlos had him. Carlos was freaking out because he traded HN for ETN. There's a lot of different players involved. But I mean, ETN outperformed him for this week, you know?
Yeah.
So that's a fun little nod there. And then we had Alex. You picked Vegas here. Is why? So you taking the cover? You going for the cover?
I thought because it was 11.5, and we just got off a frustrating 3 weeks. I thought the Eagles would do that thing where they win, but it would still be closer than we wanted it to be. So we'd still be angry at them. That's the win I thought we were going to get. I'm very happy I was wrong, and we got a 31-0 blowout. I thought this would be like 24 to like, I don't know, 16, because the offense still hasn't got their shit together. They couldn't score enough. That's what I thought we'd get. But yeah, man, Goddard. This is the Goddard game, it felt like, right?
I know.
He dropped a touchdown, you know?
Yeah, he should have got 3. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He actually, it's funny. He's actually has like his career high in touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And quietly. It's so funny because the sky was falling the last 3 weeks, and everyone's like, this team sucks. I guarantee by the end of the year, we're going to look at everyone's stats, and Jalen Hurts going to have like an awesome passer rating, good touchdown to pick ratio. It's going to be good completion percentage. It's going to be solid yardage from AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and it's going to be, it's crazy. It's so crazy that, the
way we get there, they all get there, but the way we get there, the Philadelphia media jumps all over them if it's not a great game every single week. It's just relentless. And then this week, it's still kind of like, but it was the Raiders a little bit. It was like, they didn't play with their food. That was good, but you know.
We'll see. I mean, it is like, it has been funny. Like, I think Pete Carroll gets fired. I don't know. Like, how do you, like, a lot of teams have had like their best games of the season against the Raiders.
Definitely.
So it's been like
one of the worst teams almost ever.
Yeah.
Only the Giants.
I feel bad for Genty. Genty really, like, when you get a running back and it's a bad team with a bad infrastructure, usually the running back's like the last thing you want to add. And we'll see. Hopefully they can turn it around. But Baltimore, Cincy, I thought this was going to be a shootout. I thought this was going to be.
You saw me. I picked Cincinnati there. I thought Burrow was going to go in, at least make a bit of a game of it. 24-0. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? I did have a note for this game. Did you see who got an interception in this one? I think it was this one.
Kyle Van Noy.
Oh, that was very cool. And then he handed it off. I wasn't thinking of that.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'm actually thinking of the Steelers game because it's this division. So let me put a pin in that. Let me put a pin in that. Yeah.
But the big disappointing thing for me in fantasy was Burrow. I was so excited to get him off waivers in one league, and he really let me down. I also, T. Higgins was concussion protocol. He didn't play.
Classic Higgins. He has a great day, and then the next week he's out. Brutal.
Yeah. Baltimore, I felt like, um, I felt like it was going to be a shootout. I felt like Cincy, man, the shutout is so brutal. I watched a little bit of this. It wasn't even like Lamar went crazy or Derrick Henry went crazy. There was the defensive touchdown. It was just like it felt like a Pittsburgh game where it was just this ugly defensive, game that happened to, go their way. But man, the disappointing Lamar fantasy season continues.
I was watching this with bated breath over Chase Brown. That was the other guy and he did fine. Right. He had like double digits, like 11 or 12, nothing crazy. But that was what I kept popping in, looking at during this game. And my thought was just like, they just couldn't get drives sustained. They couldn't sustain drives. They couldn't really get like a functional offense. They just were so flummoxed by Baltimore.
Oh, nice.
And it looks nasty. It looked nasty,
Yeah. Yeah, there was some crazy stuff after the game where Burrow looked very defeated, and people were like, "Is he going to retire? Is he going to do an Andrew Luck? Is he gonna?"
I saw trade request stuff. Like, does he want out? Like, I saw that stuff. Like, what team would he be good on? Like, all that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. The next one was another fun. Phillip Rivers coming back to play Seattle.
Come on.
I mean, they lost, but he really crushed it. I felt like he did, and he kept them in the game. Like, they were at 13.5 was the line, and we picked it. And we were like, yeah, they'll cover that. You kidding me?
Well, you're thinking, Phillip Rivers against the best defense at home, like known to be the loudest stadium from the best defense going against a 40. This is David and Goliath, and to keep it a 2-point game, really respectable by old man Rivers. It was a game-winning field goal. They should have won that game. Like, that was a great game, even though it was only
crazy.
16.
Seattle was all field goals. Their offense, Kenny Walker, Charbonnet, it's just JSN. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, they have Shaheed. I mean, I think Darnold is just not. I mean, I think they're just a defensive team. Like, this is what we complain about with the Eagles, right? Where it's like, their offense looks terrible. It's like, I feel like they're just leaning into being a defensive team, and they're just very conservative.
Yeah.
But, the field goal kicker, dude, he got a bunch of points. Myers, he had like 24 points.
That's crazy. Yeah, good for him.
In like a big week. So that's kind of wild. Now, Rams, Detroit. This was when...
What was I picked Detroit. Why did I pick Detroit? I'm looking at this going, what was I looking at? Why did I do that? Like,
maybe to cover the 5.5. Because it was close, but it didn't hit the 5.5. I felt like Detroit's kind of turning into like the Bengals from last year, where like their defense can't do anything and their offense is just in shootouts.
Yeah,
like that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, dude, decimated in the secondary. You can't overemphasize that. So their pass defense is just brutal, and they can't stop their front seven is formidable. Like, did you see Aiden Hutchinson interception? That was pretty impressive. That was very cool.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
I think that was a little bit lazy by Stafford, where he was just kind of going through the motion, and he just was not expecting that. And
but
then
still, Hutchinson doing this, he's done this a couple times. He's got several interceptions in his career. As a D-end, very impressive. Like, for him to read it, react to it, have the, wherewithal, the hands to do it,
Yeah, still very impressive. Not taking anything away from him. I just felt like Stafford was lazy too. Like, both things are, I think, true. But, Rams, I mean, it's interesting, though. Their defense, I feel like we've been talking about their defense, but man, their offense, it's the killer here. Devontae Adams got hurt, and that looks brutal with the trade. I did think about, So what was it? It was Devontae Adams got hurt, and then
Josh Jacobs is a big one.
Yeah, Jacobs had a big day. We'll get to it, but
Jake, if you tally up the totals for this week,
Yeah.
I
There
played
you
all
go.
3 of my guys. He didn't even play Igbuka. Devontae
Yep.
Adams gets 9. Josh Jacobs has 22, which is good.
Yeah.
But Saquon had 16 and a half. If they didn't, I was pretty mad because they benched him. I thought the fourth quarter they'd be feeding him.
Yeah.
But they benched everybody. So Saquon was done at 16. Chase Brown had like 11 or 12. And then also Sutton had 20 in the next game.
Yeah.
So at least for 1 week, I was right. When it mattered most, they came through for me. Yeah.
It's great. I mean, yeah, that was a big one. And then even Puka got hurt too. He was like,
did he?
Yeah, so he went to the medical tent and then he came right back. The guy is just, yeah, he scares the hell out of me. I had him last year and he was hurt most of the year. And then like this year, he has like another career year. He's so good, but he's kind of like, he's a little bit like McCaffrey, where you're like, I'm either winning the league with this guy and he's going to get just pulverized.
Yeah.
He just does not care about his body. He just will like catch everything. But
great
yeah,
play.
the Rams look like a real menace. I'm excited for Thursday night is Seattle versus Rams.
That's a good game.
Really good game. Yeah. Like, I don't know how that's going to play out. I'm going against Jared and JSN, so I really hope the Rams defense comes to play. I hope it's a defensive battle. Is what I'm hoping. But yeah, speaking of defense, Denver comes in, beats Green Bay, and Micah Parsons.
Torn ACL.
And Christian Watson. Both of them. So they have those two on top of Tucker Kraft, which I mean, Tucker Kraft was like, he was as good as Trey McBride when he got hurt. He was right there with him. And
this game I was watching most intently. Obviously I had Jordan Love and all my teams, and Denver had Denver. I had the defense even, so I kind of hedged my bet there by playing Denver's defense. But good game. This was a really good game. I really enjoyed watching this game. We just zeroed in on this game because the other ones didn't really matter. Like, weren't as for this 4:00 bracket. I think this was right. I think this is in the 4:00.
Yeah, that's right.
The afternoon games, the later games, but this one, it really back and forth. And then, like you said, when Christian Watson went down, their offense did change a lot. It did a lot more golden. You got to get Jaden Reed the ball, but they're both like not the same type of player. They're like, they're not the big X receivers, jump ball guys. They are underneath, run after catch guys, getting screen passes, crossing routes, that kind of thing.
They become a very slow offense. Like, Jacobs is like a slow prodding, power guy. He's not like a Henderson's going to break off a big run type thing. So yeah, they don't have that at running back. They don't have it at tight end, and they don't have it at receiver. So they're very much a defensive team that loses Parsons, which yeah. So I think this weekend, between KC being officially done, I think Green Bay, dude, I think they really plummet in power rankings. I do not think they have a shot in the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll be solid, but I just do not think they have the manpower anymore. And it's, what's crazy is like the two big defensive player trades, Micah Parsons, Sauce Gardner, both get hurt. And the other team gets all those picks. So, except for Dallas, who then traded those picks for Quinn Williams.
Quinn Williams.
Yeah, Quinn Williams.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But anyway,
brutal. Yeah, it's good for the Eagles. If we're like putting on our Eagles caps here.
Yeah,
big competitor Green Bay, I feel like, kind of knocks them out of the playoff.
And Devontae Adams. And I mean, Devontae Adams might be back, but that's the other big NFC contender. And if you lose the big touchdown red zone threat, and you can zero in on Puka, Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell matches up. Yeah, it looks good for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Denver, dude, I'm so bummed I dropped Bo Nix. I saw the matchup against Green Bay, and I was like, look, I'm in the playoffs, one and done. I don't like the matchup. I got to go a different direction. And I dropped him and picked somebody else up. I picked up Mariota. Ugh. But I just thought it was a better matchup. Mariota did fine, but Bo Nix went off. And part of it is because there was no Parsons, you know? But yeah, your boy Sutton 8, that was big.
He did. He looked good in that game. He looked good. That was, that's who I was like zeroing in on that game. Yeah.
I think they were saving him for like later in the season. And like it's starting to hit.
Oh, they were. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I'm worried. I'm worried because Jared has him, and I'm worried about next week. So we'll see. But our beloved, our train ride
to the Saints?
Carolina.
This isn't a layup, guys. Guys, this was our layup. We love you, Carolina. What happened?
Yeah.
Where did you go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
Joe.
Carolina Joe, where did you go?
It is devastating. I mean, you know what? New Orleans, you got to give them credit out. You know what they did? They benched the guy you don't like, Spencer Rattler. Get him out of there. They put in Tyler Shuck, and they're shucking oysters. They're shucking a Carolina Panther. Shuck was good, dude. He was wheeling and dealing. He was running. Yeah,
I'll be honest. I did not see a lot of this one. I did see, was it Chuba and Rico doing their thing a little bit?
I think
much.
Believe it or not, like I think Carolina is very conservative and they lost on the margins. You know, like I think they were trying to be very like because Tet did not have a good game. They shut down Tet, and then I think Chase Young. I remember seeing some highlights from. So Chase Young for the New Orleans defense had some plays, but it was a close one. I feel like, I don't know, New Orleans, this doesn't change much. I still think they're not that great. I still think Carolina is better. I think they just had a better day, and that was kind of it. So this doesn't change much for me because it was close. New Orleans all it proved to me is New Orleans is frisky. You know, like.
Well, it's also a division rival, right? It's always a division rival that gets you the best, right? They build their teams, try to beat their other division rivals, and so they always play better than those when they look terrible. So
now, did you watch San Fran, Tennessee much? This wasn't really on.
No, not too much on my rate. I did see Ricky Pearsall. I finally dropped him in the league because I was tired of looking at him, and then he goes off. He had a bit of a day. McCaffrey does McCaffrey things.
McCaffrey and Purdy had a little bit of a. Purdy looks like he's coming on late, dude. San Francisco, they're so confusing because they just were kind of left for dead in my mind like 5 weeks ago. And they're just slowly in the background have made 0 headlines and have a winning record. And like, they're set up for the playoffs.
That NFC West is tough because the Cardinals are terrible, but the other 3 is Seattle. It's going to be the Rams, and it's also San Francisco, all with 10 wins already. They're all above that threshold. That's 3 teams that are just juggernauts in one division. NFC West looks tough. And I didn't think San Francisco had it like you said, like 5 weeks ago. I thought it's kind of writing them off in my head with injuries, and they kind of had been good the last like several years, like the Eagles, where like every year they were competitive. But I just thought this was like a pad stat year for Christian McCaffrey and like kind of a listless offense, but not the case. This is a very serious team, a very good team that you're saying is you're dead on. They're not getting any heat in the media, and that's probably the best for them,
And Purdy looked a little swaggy. I'm not gonna. There was a juke he did where he did a ball fake, and he was like, And it's funny. He apologized about it. He's like, yeah, you know what? That was. He's like, he did a ball fake in this linebacker's face, and then he kind of ran out of bounds to get like an extra yard or so. Brock Purdy. And he's apologized. He goes, yeah, it was heat of the moment. I didn't really like it's probably not the smartest thing to be waving the ball, and it's a good defender. So he gave credit to the guy, and it was kind of like, I kind of like the response. I was like, yeah, good for you. But like, I kind of like the fact that he's really wheeling and dealing. Like, they might have a little bit of a sit. Like, they're really waiting in the background, and they might get hot at the right time. They might get hot.
It's Shanahan, dude. It's Shanahan too. I mean, never count him out. That's maybe. I might have a little microscope on them now. You know, I'm just watching for the love of the game now. The fantasy's over for me, so I might maybe just keep one eye on San Francisco. Catch their games a little bit.
You know what I'm going to say right now is something kind of crazy here is. Actually, no, never mind.
Say it. No, come on.
No. Come on. I was gonna say that I'm very low on battery, by the way. So we're gonna make it a quick speed run at the end here. But San Francisco, I was gonna say dark horse Super Bowl players. Because they have the pedigree. They've all been there. And I think Shanahan is due. But the reason I stopped myself, I remembered Bosa and Fred Warner are out. So I don't know.
That's why I wrote them off. The Fred Warner injury, like weeks ago, whenever he went out, that was like week 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah. So anyway, Minnesota, Dallas. We both had Dallas, dude. What happened? I thought this was going to be like Dallas.
I don't know, but I love it. For the Eagles, this is a great week for the Eagles because, like we talked about, Green Bay goes down with a lot of bad injuries. Devontae Adams for the Rams, and now Dallas was nipping on our heels. Not anymore.
Alex, I mentioned I appreciate. Thank you for giving me the kudos on Josh Allen earlier, but I did say this, I think 2 episodes ago. McCarthy has an easy end of the season, and now I will say he's not doing it for Jefferson, but dude, he made Naylor look like a guy. He made
every time Naylor scored a touchdown. I swore at the TV every time I saw Naylor catch a touchdown because there's Addison there. Yeah. There's 2 guys in the desert of fantasy, and he's doing gallons of water on Naylor, but he just won't throw a glass of water. Won't throw a glass of water at those guys.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Starving.
Yeah.
Just thirsty.
Dallas struggling. Dak really lost, I think, Carlos in fantasy. He really threw the game for him. And I think a lot of people, because he's having a great year, but this was the big playoffs game, and Minnesota, I think Florida has really threw a lot at him, and it didn't look great. Pittsburgh, Miami, you had a bit on this. What did you say? You were saying something about Baltimore, but with Pittsburgh, what was it?
Oh, you got that pin. I'll take that pin back. Thanks. You got the pin out of there. We put a pin in it. Here comes the pin.
There you go.
Guess who got an interception in this one, Jake? It was Asante Samuel Jr. Did you know he even signed there? I didn't when I was watching the game.
This was the Eagles' dark horse. I wanted this dark horse.
He's our guy. We wanted Samuel. He'd been waiting in free agency all this year, pretty much most of this year. I don't know when they signed him, maybe a couple weeks ago or a week or 2 ago. I see him get an interception, and I'm like, that could have been us. You know,
it could have been us. You know what I love about them? They now have Joey Porter Jr. and Asante Samuel Jr. as their corners.
Incredible.
Ramsey at safety. Like, what? That's awesome. Very cool. It's tough though. I think TJ Watt's dealing with an injury. They're crazy. They're like a get right kind of game, but then they're hurt. It's just like Pittsburgh this year.
Last thing I'll say about this game, I just one note I wanted to bring up on the pod here. It's halftime, and McDaniel's interviews, he is so snarky, and like it was I think 10-3. So it was a close game in the first half. And they're coming like out of half. And he's like, we just got to keep it. It's a real close nail biter. And we're going to keep it close. And then they just proceed to just give the game away. Just like come out of halftime and just no effort. And I mean, you see they scored 15. But it was like, it was really Rodgers chucking touchdowns to Metcalf. And like, dude, did you say they ran a toss to Jonnu Smith, the tight end?
No, so I missed all of this game. I didn't see any of it. So I only saw the stats. So
I'm yelling at the TV, like, I'm like, come on, Boswell, we need Boswell. And they just kept, like, I would be like pissed off if they didn't get to the other side. But once they got to like the 40 or 50, I'm like cheering for like, yes, a 50-yard, they're right around a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And then, but then they would
stall.
Yeah, stall. But then they would like Kenny Gainwell gets a lot for them. Kenny Gainwell does a lot for them.
I have Warren, and I'm very pissed about the Gainwell stuff. Yeah.
Gainwell gets a lot of play. He's getting nailed, but he's getting right back up, and he's just a warrior, man. As a former Eagle, love him. Mad respect to him. And Rodgers just looked good.
Deuce-stealing it, dude. He's deuce-stealing it.
He is.
Eagles rotational back stays in state, goes to Pittsburgh, rotational back.
Gritty.
And gritty. Yeah, I know. I just saw the big Metcalf highlight of him stiff arming into the end zone after like rumbling and bumbling.
I was pissed off. Big. That was a third down. It's like I need an incompletion or a sack. Could set up for like a 40-yard field goal. That's 4 points. I was just doing all the math in my head the whole game. And they just kept punching it in. They kept punching it in and not stalling.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Rodgers, it's gonna be feisty. Now Baltimore, Pittsburgh both win. I'm curious how that division shakes out now. Cincy unfortunately looks dead. They're dead in the water. Cleveland's dead. It's just Baltimore and Pittsburgh. But you know what's crazy is if Baltimore, after this whole fucking season, ends up going into the playoffs and like they're kind of like Philly, where they had this incredible rushing attack. They got in this older running back, and they had a career year. They have a playoff run, and then this year they look like they imploded. But they're just hanging around. They're just hanging around. Who knows? Who knows, Alex?
Who knows? Nobody knows, Jake. Nobody knows.
Also, I love this, Alex. Nice little tidbit. We had the same exact tiebreaker prediction. We both predicted 40 points.
Look at us.
Did you see that?
We're only 3 off. We were pretty close to that one. That was good.
Twins, Basil. I think that's it. Alex, do you have anything you might have missed? Anything else?
No, I think that's about it. Great to see you, brother.
The best. Great seeing you. Loving the hat, Alex. Is this a bit? Are we gonna have to get you a hat every episode?
No, I was on a walk. It's cold out here. It's cold, and the birds won.
Shoveling.
I was shoveling. This is what I wore to the Black Friday game. I wore this one.
There you go. I love it.
Went so
nice.
Yeah,
beautiful stuff. Well, brother, great catching up. Love you, and we'll see you next time on Going Yard.
Going Yard. See ya.